Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for X-Men Forever #2. This is a new book from Marvel Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team before we get into this book. This book is written by Kieron Gillen with art by Luca Maresca, Federico Bellini on colors, letters by Clayton Cowles. We also have a beautiful cover by Mark Brooks, who was very recently here in Dallas. So if you went to see him, let me know if you got something signed or anything like that. Uh, Sean, the owner at my comic book shop, Sanctuary Books and Games, he gave me a little poster signed by Mark Brooks from his cover of I think it's the Dark Avenger arc in Captain Marvel. So yeah, very cool stuff. So if you got a chance to talk to Mark Brooks, let me know down in the comments. So let's talk about this book though. Uh, Immortal means forever. The fight for Krakoa's future begins here. Since the rise of powers of 10 began, there have been a few mysteries unrevealed. Now, writer Kieron Gillen fills in the gap of what happened between the end of Immortal X-Men and the beginning of the end of the Krakoan Age. That is a lot. So, I gotta just upfront, I gotta say this book relies on events that have occurred in other books, including Rise of the Powers of 10, and Dead X-Men, and of course, Kieron Gillen's Immortal X-Men. If you haven't read all those series, you're going to be very lost. Matter of fact, my friend Kate from the Every Comic Books podcast mentioned that she was reading X-Men Forever #1 and that she didn't know what the hell was going on. So I recommended her go back and read at least Immortal X-Men. Anything written by Kieron Gillen prior to this is probably required reading. So now I will say if you're current in all those series, you're gonna get a big this story really fills in a lot of those gaps. It tells you a lot of the things that happen in between the panels. This story feels also almost like the lost stories of these X-Men, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so we get to see a lot of character work. Kieron Gillen gets to write some of the, he gets to write Destiny, he gets to write Sinister. We get to see Exodus, like just some of those characters that sometimes feel like they didn't get enough time in the spotlight during the Krakoan Age. We also get to see the relationship between Jean Grey and Rachel and Hope, which is like a whole, triangle of Phoenix Force. Like they have a very unique relationship as well. They definitely dive into the connection to the Phoenix. Now um, we know that there's some Phoenix stuff that's going to happen soon, that it's coming, but we also get to see how big of a part the Phoenix has always been for the X-Men mythology. So Kieron Gillen, to me, he handles that very well, very interestingly. So let's take a look at some of the preview art because Maresca's, like, just his panels are incredible. I really love, especially here we see this, you know, uh, it's hard to tell sometimes, like, because of the place that they are at, they're kind of outside of time and space, right? They're in this white hot room. Um, and we do get a little bit of a clue here, like when this happened, but which is always good to have editor's notes. But that still can't help much. But yeah, Mother Righteous just kind of like melts into nothing, which is like some of the sickest imagery I've seen in a little while in an X-Men book. I think that's so cool. Yeah, Maresca and the team really nailed that. And then here we get to see a few resurrections. So that means that the five are still running around, bringing some mutants back, including Sinister. Now, why would you bring Sinister back? Of course, we'll have to, just figure that out in the next few, and in the other series as well. But yeah, this is so interesting. Such a cool take on this. And like I said, it is a lot. This is not entry level X-Men, and I think that's part of what's making the Krakoan Age come to an end very soon. That Marvel and the editorial team understands that they need to have X-Men that are not wrapped up in, once again, 5 years of history or however long the Krakoan Age has been going on. So, yeah, really cool stuff. Very, very cool covers at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. But if you have read this, let me know what you thought about him about this issue down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.